everybody. It's so lovely to see you all back. Right, so in the chat, I want you to pop the songs that you've been singing.
Sorry, Rebecca, I just have to go for a few minutes and answer the door. I'll be back. Sorry about that.
Don't worry, that's fine.
Sorry, there's nobody here at the minute. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. So I'm excitedly looking at the chat. Okay, cool. Shake my sillies out, waggle your wiggles away. Boom chicka boom, yeah. Oh, there's some fab stuff in here. Johnny is a jumping bean. Does that mean everybody gets to be a jumping bean? Dusty bluebells. 5 little ducks. Oh, there's some great stuff here. All right. So, did you all have a good sing? Is there any, me and Sarah, we'd love it if someone sang to us, I reckon. What do you think, Sarah? I think it'd be lovely. Is there anybody who's prepared to share their song that they shared? Or another one, if you think, oh, I wish I'd sung that one. It would be brilliant if you could share a song with me. So pop your hand up if you will. Oh, brilliant. I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly. I think I'm saying Bryony. Please, yeah. Is that right?
Bryony. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Fantastic, Bryony, because I did have a moment of thinking it could be Bryony.
No, it's Bryony. So I was actually quite surprised that you were like, oh, because I was, but yeah, it happens quite a lot. It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily a song. And I was in a breakup group with Penny, and we kind of got into a conversation about Kadai and Dalcroze and how I had CPD with Lucinda Gogan at the beginning of the year, and it was amazing. And I consequently bought her entire book series after that. Like, yeah, honestly. But it was one that we used before with year 2 that we used before we start singing. Just almost like as a bit of a warm-up, and it's have you brought your speaking voice, and it's just a really simple rhyme. Yeah, and like the kids love it because like depending on like when we got to Halloween, it was have you brought your speaking voice, and it was like we said it as a vampire and a werewolf, and then we whispered it, and then there was a robot and the queen appeared. And it was a lovely way of the kids almost like warming up before singing and getting them into that have you brought your speaking voice. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And it was just, yeah. And then Penny had a lovely song as well that I don't want to put her on the spot, but that she showed me, which was brilliant too. And she talked about the process of how, because I was like, well, how would that be child-led? And then she showed me, and I was like, oh, ding, light bulb. So it was brilliant. So yeah, that's
Bryony. I love how you describe that would be child-led. That's exactly what I do. I use that all the time, and I use it obviously to introduce and thinking voice and singing voice. But yeah, what kind of voices are there? And children will go with anything, and the more you do it week on week on week, the more exciting they become. Penny, would you like to share your song, or are you not keen? You don't have to.
I can do. It's I call it Rig-a-Jig-Jig. And it goes, I think I've simplified this actually. You might know more complicated words, but I ditched those ages ago. Anyway, it goes, as I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, as I was walking down the street, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho, rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, away we go, away we go, rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. So we can then think, oh, how else could we go down the street? We could go sliding down the street. We could go flying down the street. Oh, how big are our wings? Are we an eagle or a tiny little bird? If we're an eagle, we've got really big wings, and that would make it really slow. And then the rig-a-jig-jig, we can stop, we can clap it, or we could find a partner and do clap and tapping. So I just find that a lovely song to hang lots of different things off, really. And And of course, it's got the two halves of it. So they're unconsciously learning about, you know, a 4-square beat, and then a diddly diddly dee,
Yeah.
a rig-a-jig, you know, a jig beat.
Yeah. Bonus. And if you've got mothers or fathers or carers, granny, grandad, whoever, with babies, even better, because you get that real physicalization of it and a change in the motion. And yeah, I'm a folkie.
Actually, you could walk up the back, couldn't you?
Yeah,
if you've got a bigger one, and walk up the back and then doodly diddly do. Yeah,
you could. All those gorgeous things that you could do. And you're right, that's got built-in opportunities. It's so long as you're making sure that when you're changing it, you're doing it either because you're observing things that the children are doing, or they've got I love that. I'd forgotten about that one. It was back there in the song cupboard in my brain, so thank you for reminding me of that. It's there at the forefront now. And I don't know about all of you, it will pop out now every time I try and sing anything. It's going to be that song. Anybody else would like to share a song with us? Because this is lovely. Yes, Heather.
This is a song about a parrot. It goes to the tune of Frere Jacques, and I'm going to need the help of my two lovely group companions. Here's Polly Parrot.
Oh, come on. This is very exciting.
It's usually one that I do with claves, and in the beginning as the teacher, I'm leading, giving all the rhythms, but then we move into the children being asked if anyone wants to volunteer and give a rhythm instead. So I'll do it with the parrot leading at the moment, as it were, but then obviously you can change it round and let the children lead. So it goes to the tune of Frere Jacques, so you can all sing like a copycat exactly what I sing after me. Off we go, Polly Parrot,
Polly Parrot,
talks to me. I can copy rhythm.
Couldn't quite hear that.
So of course the parrot just sings a variety of rhythms and everybody copies. Then you can throw it across to a child to do the rhythm and everybody copies. And I was just saying, it sometimes it's very hard to actually detect the rhythm that the child's given. It's obviously not always a very clear one, but it really doesn't matter because everyone just responds, and so you're responding in camouflage, if you like. You can all just hear themselves, and it's a good one for involving everybody, and it does work quite well online as well if you get one child to unmute, or sometimes parents. Actually, I've had parents take the lead as well, doing the rhythms. So
that's a great high point for my Zoom life. I think that was amazing. Okay, we've got a couple of minutes left. It'd be lovely if that was taken up by another song shared. Has anybody else got one they want to share with us? Yes, Carol, that would be lovely.
Probably all familiar with some version of the Down the Jungle tune, the Down in the Jungle Where Nobody Goes. And that one I've used, you can kind of, it's gets them talking about the animals in the room, so we can go down in the jungle, we can go to all the various different places and sing about the animals, and they can decide which animals are, where they are, which animal are we going to sing about, where does this animal live, what does the animal do, what does the animal say. So you can add all that in, but I've also used it when sort of like had conversations with children when they've mentioned, I was chatting to a mum and she was saying, oh, he got really excited because there was a spider crawling on his arm the other day. So it was like, I can't remember the little boy's name now, it was like last week, but Jacob, on Jacob's arm where nobody goes, there was a spider crawling around. And sort of, yeah, it's a really well recognized tune, and you can kind of like play around with that a bit and throw in ideas. On Alan's feet where nobody goes, Ooh, there are smelly socks walking around. Oh, on his head there's a curly hair. It's such an easy song because I think
Yeah.
you're all very familiar with it, just to twist those words to fit in.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And it's one of those, finding out what settings you use regularly and frequently. They might not even be the sort of song that you would want to sing, but if the children have been exposed to them over again, it is a good way of opening up the session to beginning to allow children to make their musical choices. There is the other thing of finding the moment when that child wants to sing to you. That's the last thing I would talk about. Never saying no, no matter how long it takes. If a child decides they want to sing to you, you've got to listen. And I do know practitioners who go, well, you know, they always want the attention at the end of the session. And I think, yeah. And that child who comes up right at the end of the session and stands slightly too close, and on Zoom, you know, I've had a couple where their mums have hung around and they've said, please listen, because they've been talking about really wanting to sing this song to you. Always giving space for the children to sing, because I think for me, the heart of making your music, making child-led, is making it wholly and truly about those children. It's not about you. It's not about the music. It's about the child and their own personal experiences. So what I would love you to do is just put your last thoughts in the chat, because I'm not convinced that last Mentimeter slide is working. So tell me what you will do next to make sure that your future music making is more child-led. So there's the question I'm throwing out to you. What are you going to do? What's your pledge to make sure your early years music sessions and beyond are more child-led, that the children's voices are more present? Oh, I can see some lovely things there. I'll put all of these things in the presentation as well. Fantastic. So while you're putting those final things in, I'm going to sing what my little goodbye song is. And then I think Sarah said that the session can stay open till 7 o'clock. So if anybody does want to stay in chat, but I'm going to sing goodbye, then I'm going to stop the recording. Okay. Goodbye, goodbye, it's time to go. Goodbye, goodbye, it's time to go. Goodbye, goodbye, it's time to go. See you all next time. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.